Now listen, I know from the bottom of my heart this video is going to create future millionaires because I'm actually going to be sharing the 3 habits that would make you a millionaire. Now some of these might surprise you and some of these might even trigger you, but I feel like now I can actually look back in my life and actually look at some of the stupid things I do and I would not want anyone to do, and some of the wise things in which I did and I'm actually proud of. Now without further ado, let's get into the video. Now the first habit in which I'm going to talk about actually sounds crazy, but the first habit that would actually make you a millionaire is turning your phone on airplane mode. Now most of your businesses, trust me, would actually be built if your phone is on airplane mode. Now most people would actually think the reason they're not millionaires is because of lack of energy or maybe lack of knowledge or lack of understanding. That is actually incorrect in 90% of cases. In 90% of cases, the thing that you lack is focus. Because if you have focus, you would actually do the work, and doing the work and getting into that state of flow actually gives you that energy and motivation. And when you're someone who can sit down and can focus on a task on a very long period of time, you would never really get the knowledge and the information that you need in order to make $1 million. This is why putting your phone on airplane mode is so important, because we live in a world where there's constant notifications, constant distractions, and it sounds everywhere and it's binging here and it's binging there. You need to reclaim your focus. I put my phone on airplane mode almost any time I need to focus and concentrate. And on a normal circumstance, the internet actually steals your attention. It's like a gold. And most times I always put my phone on airplane mode just to focus on my task. And I know what some of you guys are thinking. I need my phone, I need to Google one thing, I need to stay on internet in order for my work, my career, whatsoever, etc, etc. And that is actually correct, but undoubtedly some of the best work that you do would actually require no internet, and would actually be when your phone is on airplane mode. Yeah, obviously, I would have to take Zoom meetings, I'll have to stay connected, I'll actually be on the internet, I'll actually need some things that actually connect to the internet. But one thing you should know is that anytime you don't need the internet, trust me, your phone actually needs to be on airplane mode. Because actually, your phone actually being on airplane mode would actually channel this connection. So there's some things that you don't actually need your phone. Try to find some of this little pocket of times when you don't need your phone and put your phone on airplane mode to make sure you are only the one stealing your attention and you're only the one stealing your focus. So many people have just been sucked in by Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and some of these things, TikTok, and don't get me started. Some of these things could actually sap your energy. So even if you're a person who can actually put your phone on airplane mode and focus on a task for 30 minutes, that actually puts you above 3% or 5% of the population. So turning my phone on airplane mode is something that has helped me and is also going to help you. The next habit that is going to make you a millionaire is choosing the right vehicle. It absolutely breaks my heart to see people who work incredibly hard and very dedicated, but no matter how hard they work, they can never see $1 million. And some of you are so dedicated, but yet no matter how hard you work, by the age of 30, they would never even see $1 million. I mean, these are people who sacrifice all their 20s, and the reason that is because they have not chosen the right vehicle. Now, the right vehicle is one of two things. It's something where either you're paid very well for your time, or it's something that you can actually use to leverage. I mean, when I say leverage, I mean you can outsource the people, you can hire people, you can build a park and you can sell without you actually being with the person to deliver. The business I'll actually encourage you to start is something that you would actually be paid very well. It's an online business. It's going to be an online business. You can actually make the choice, and obviously you'll be paid well because of this business. But one thing you should do is that you should actually choose your vehicle very well. I mean, I cannot overemphasize on that. Now, one thing you should know is I'm not the hardest worker. There are people who, yes, I actually work very, very hard, and it's actually paying me off, yeah. But actually, there's some people who actually work really, really, really more than them. But I actually have not gotten to the level in which I am by being the hardest worker or by being the greatest worker or whatever. Now, you just need to choose a very good vehicle. Now, one thing about choosing a very great vehicle is something that you may actually take as nothing, but some of you actually take vehicles in which maybe it consumes a lot of fuel, or maybe it's not actually efficient for your job. I mean, a person who actually earns $10,000 annually, I mean, not every month, but every year, and you're deciding to get a vehicle in which I don't even know where to start from. Come on, you should get a vehicle that is quite efficient for you. You should get a vehicle that doesn't really consume a lot of fuel, and you should actually get a vehicle in which you know you can manage and you can handle. You know your earnings are very low and you have like 11 million vehicles. I mean, some people are like that. You should get a vehicle and you should maintain that vehicle. If I should actually encourage you, or if I should actually suggest, just go with one. And that one in which you go with is a vehicle that you should actually take care of, maybe until you've made your first $100 or your first $1 million or whatsoever. One thing you actually know in this life, you need discipline. And if you cannot discipline yourself to handle just one vehicle, you almost cannot get to a $1 million mark. Number 3, journaling. Yes, I know it came as a shock to you, but hear me out. When you are first getting started with entrepreneurship or, growing yourself, a lot of times you actually have a lot of self-doubt, and a lot of times you're not very self-aware. You don't really understand yourself. You don't actually understand when, you're getting insecurities or doubt. It's normal. So what journaling is actually a way to actually hold yourself. Now, when I actually say journaling, I actually mean writing down. I mean, jotting down everything there is to be jotted down. It's just simply journaling. Journaling every day really holds in your self-awareness, and it's like a very powerful tool when you're trying to get to your first million in life. Because along the journey, you actually have doubt and you actually have thoughts in which would always come true. But if you actually don't have self-awareness, those thoughts will actually cripple you. And if you don't journal, obviously you would fail. For me, when I was about 14 to 16, I would literally journal. I would literally write down everything I go through every morning. That would actually help me. And sometimes this day I'll actually go back and see those things in which I've journaled. Now for today, sometimes I may not really journal always, but it's mainly when I feel like I should journal, and it's something that would actually help you with time. Trust me, you actually need to journal. Yes, obviously, you're not actually expected to journal. I mean, you're not expected to write down every single thing every day. But some of you make expenses, some of you go through hardship, some of you go through things in which you may actually not remember every single day. Trust me, you need to journal. You need to write it down. And maybe in 3, 4, 5, 6 years to come, you could actually go back and learn from that. Now, as a beginner in becoming a millionaire, one thing you actually need to learn, a character that will actually help you, which has helped me, is journaling. I mean it. I mean, you literally need to write it down. Every single day as a beginner, do it every single day if possible. If not, maybe once in 2 days or maybe once in 3 days. And maybe as you're growing, maybe 5 years down the line, you actually don't need to journal every day. Sometimes I don't even journal in a week, because it's actually a character in which I've held, and I've actually seen how fruitful it has gotten me. Journaling would not actually get you to $1 billion, but it could get you to $1 million. So you could learn a lot of things from journaling. You could also ask. It's actually is very helpful. Being curious, in which I actually did not actually plan on talking about in this video, but curiosity is something that has actually helped me a lot. I mean, people would literally say, Sam, you ask a lot of questions. That's for me, guys. So being curious most times will actually help you. And there is nothing wrong if you ask when you do not know. But guys, my third point is actually journaling. And guys, these are the 3 habits that have gotten me to where I am. And I believe these 3 habits can actually make you a millionaire. Like I would always say, the best time to start is 20 years ago. The second best time to start is now. Catch you all later.